guys. Welcome to my latest episode of the Knitty McPurly podcast. My name is Devin Ventry, and you can find me on Instagram as Knitty McPurly or at knittymcpurly.com. And if you would like to get in touch with me, email me at devin@knittymcpurly.com. Would love to hear from you guys. I get emails pretty often, and it is great. It's so nice. I feel like we're all connecting. I am very excited to be back and talking to you again because I feel like it's been forever. I don't know. The world burned down, or at least it felt like that to me. And I don't know. I didn't know what to talk about. So anyway, I'm going to let that go because you're all here for knitting, and that's what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about knitting. So just a little brief life update. All the public schools anywhere near us are closed for the whole year. And so public school kids are learning online. Some of you have reached out to me and said that your public schools have come up with some kind of blended model. I was supposed to have 2 kids in public school this year, kindergarten and 3rd grade. So when they went to all online, I was like, that's not going to work. So I pulled them out, and so I'm homeschooling those 3 with a new curriculum that I absolutely love so much. If you are a fellow Catholic homeschooler and you're looking for a curriculum, let me know and I will tell you all about it because it's great. I'm so happy with it. My oldest daughter goes to private school. So, and it's a super lowbrow private school. Like, it's not one of these uppity kind of private schools at all. And they've been doing everything possible to keep the kids from not having to wear a mask all day, but to be in school. So they stay distance 6 feet apart, and when they can't distance, they wear a mask. But today, the health department is coming to evaluate them. And the only reason they're there is because neighbors of the school, just busybodies, got online and said, they're not distancing, they're not wearing their masks. And the first day, I think it was hard for them to remember because they were so excited to finally be back. So they've really had to crack down and, they really have to distance. They really have to wear their masks. So hopefully she will get to continue going to school. That would be awesome. Anyway, that's my life update. A lot has happened in my personal knitting life since we talked last. I love that I called my last podcast Quarantine Day 1 Million. I don't know. I don't really feel like I'm still under quarantine. This school year start has been so great. It's been one of the best ones I've ever had. And I feel like I can go to most places, or maybe I'm just used to it. I don't know. But anyway, it's Quarantine Day 2 million. So I have published a bunch of new designs. I can't exactly remember what I talked about last time. And since you probably don't either, I'm just going to jump right in and tell you I published the Faux crop. And there has been a German-speaking knit-along that has been going on since June. And that actually just wraps up in a few days. If you want to glom onto it, you can. I don't see why not. The hashtag is... if you finished a faux set, you'd use the hashtag faux set finisher, and you can join in and maybe win a prize at the end. So that's really fun. So anyway, I knit this one, and so when I was not recording podcasts, Mary of 29 Bridges and I got on the Vogue Knitting Live marketplace a bunch of times, which was super fun. We did these like Zoom calls with other people, and we were able to, type in question and answer kind of stuff. And so I use this setup because I'm upstairs in my room. This is like my dresser. Everyone's home, and so I really can't record in the middle of the house anymore, which is fine. But anyway, I kind of like this a lot because I'm able to hang up my sweaters and you can see them. And I had so many new things to show. So this one is a faux set crop, and let me just show you, it's a little bit cropped. I have a dress on with it, and I have a picture on Instagram of me. I'm sitting on the floor, whatever. I have a picture of this outfit on Instagram, and I'm wearing a necklace that is new to my shop. This is the Genevieve necklace, and I love this one. It's bigger than the Alexis, but you can kind of see the size there. And I just love it. It's more of a statement than the Alexis. The Alexis is a little bit smaller. Anyway, this faux set is knit with 29 Bridges Merino DK, which I cannot get enough of, in the rose gold, brass tacks, and hot metal colorway. All metals. Isn't that interesting? Rose gold, brass tacks, hot metal. But they look so good together. Like, I love them. A couple people have done this exact combination, or they've gotten yarn from other places too and done something similar. This is the original faux set, and this is knit with Dream in Color Everlasting DK, which is discontinued, unfortunately. I feel like I've showed this. Have I showed this before? Oh, well, it's so pretty. We can look at it again. Okay, so to knit the faux set, I knit the size 2 in, It only takes 1 skein of each color to knit that size. So depending on your size, you might need a little bit more, but you just need 3 colors of DK. Now this one is a fingering weight held together with mohair. Each color is, I held together. And that's not exactly on gauge with the pattern, but it was pretty close. So I did a few mods on this one, but not a lot. But I love this one. It's very fluffy, and I just love the kind of halo that it has with the mohair. This is just what I had in my stash, like, scraps that I had in my stash. What happened was I ordered this yarn and I had to wait for it to come. So I made this one while I was waiting, and I made myself finish this one before I started this one. But I knit all 3 of these in quarantine. I think I said that last time. Gosh, I think I'm repeating myself. All right, anyway, that one has been published. The next sweater that I published is, let's see, Watership. Watership is a single color, short, could be short or long sleeve. I'll show you long sleeve in a minute. This is a full length sweater, and the top it just looks kind of brambly. I named this after Watership Down by Richard Adams, which is one of my very favorite books. And this is Brooklyn Tweed Loft in Postcard, which is a coveted color. It is just so pretty. It's like purple, but it's gray purple. Like this is my new, I haven't painted my nails in a while. They're not touched up, but this is my new favorite nail polish color. It's one of those OPI colors with the funny names. I can't remember what it is. I'll put it on the screen for you, but this like gray purple is one of my current favorites. So this one is called Watership. All these patterns are available on my website. Faux set, Watership. Yeah, that's just really, really fancy. I love it. This one is a long sleeved version, and you can see this uses Barrett wool home fingering in the long sleeve. So there are directions for both in the pattern, whether you want to knit a long sleeve or a short sleeve. And that's available on my website. So many things have been published. I feel like I'll have 6 months where nothing happens, and then all of a sudden it's like boom, 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 because everything I worked on for those 6 months just kind of all comes out. So the next pattern that I published since we talked was the Benedicta sweater. Am I showing you the mistake side? Yeah, that's the mistake side. I've showed this before, haven't I? Okay, well, I'm sure you don't mind. You can fast forward if you've seen it before. This is 29 Bridges Merino DK, and these colors are called Aubergine and Urban is this speckle. I just love this one. This one looks so good. Trying not to show you the mistake side. Actually, when I took the picture for Instagram, the mistake side was up. And I was like, how on earth did I manage to get the mistake up? Anyway, not important. No one cares. This is a 2-color Merino DK sweater with baubles and color work, and I just love it. I dedicated this one to Christianity because I wanted to have a sweater with Christian symbols. There are a lot of crosses and kind of like stained glass windows. The baubles are in a trinity, and a lot of these numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7s, there's 7s and 12s, and a lot of biblical symbolism and threes, 7s, 12s, and threes. A lot of biblical symbolism in the sweater. So as a result, it has been a little bit popular, but not very. I feel like this could have been designed by someone else and people would have liked it more. Someone else who didn't say it was about Christianity. Not sure what's going on there, but anyway, this is called Benedicta, and you can find it on my website. And 29 Bridges, Mary has all these colors. Usually she either has them in stock or she dyes them to order. So if you want to get on her website, she has amazing, amazing yarn. Let me put this over here. Okay, and I knit another one of those because apparently I can't just knit one of anything. All of these sweaters I have 2 or even 3 of. So this is another version of the Benedicta. And this is also 29 Bridges in rose gold and brass tacks, the same as what I'm wearing here, except without the hot metal. It doesn't look so different. You put that dark gray in there and it's really a big difference. But yeah, I just love this one. It was really fun to make. DK is so fun. It's just so fast. Anyway. Okay. So the next one I want to show you is the one that I'm going to be publishing soon. Got it hidden back here. And this one is going to be the subject of my So Here's What Happened, which I will do at the end of the podcast if you want to hang around that long. Gosh, it looks so pretty, doesn't it? So this is a 2-color lace, bobble, and colorwork sweater, and it is knit with Tuscan Knits fuzz base. And this base is interesting because it's like 55% merino and 20% mohair-ish, and then like another 25% nylon. And so it's not the softest yarn in the world, but it is really hard-wearing yarn. So this is a sweater that I think is really going to stand the test of time. When this pattern comes out, if you're interested in knitting it, think about what you want. Maria is going to be doing kits for this sweater. I'm very excited. I don't know what she's going to do. It's up to her. I don't know whether she's going to have different color combinations or what, but these colors are from her Polarized Knits collection. The gray is called Echo Chamber, and the pink is called Woke. So I'll be talking more about this at the end of the podcast, so you can check in there if you want. If you're interested in test knitting the sweater, let me know. I've got to go through and see how many test knitters I currently have and how many more I need, particularly in the larger sizes. I get a lot of test knitters who are, my size or one size up or one size down, and that's great. But particularly if you have like a 44-inch bust plus up to 60. All my patterns go up to 60-inch bust. So if you are one of those people and you're interested in knitting this sweater, let me know. Okay, I'll talk about that more later. Okay, let's see. I have a new sweater and the yarn has not even come for it. It's just forming in my mind. I ordered the yarn and I'm going to be making it in Malabrigo Rios. I was trying to find a yarn company that did neutrals and brights because this sweater is going to have both. So it is one that was inspired by a sweatshirt in my daughter's closet, just that we got from the store, and I love it so much. I was like, I gotta knit something that's similar to this for adults. It's so pretty. So that's coming out. That's going to be worsted. It's going to be very simple with super easy color work, mostly neutral with pops of bright. So in terms of what's coming, gosh, so much has come out. Awaken is coming, and I'm going to have this new sweater, which is going to be called Charlotte, after my youngest daughter, who you will see on a segment coming up, because it just makes me think of her. There's some bright pink in there, and she's very bright, very fun. So that I'm going to have that coming out at the end of the year. Another thing that's coming out is is a shawl for the Clark and Elle Advent Calendar. And if you bought one of those, if you pre-ordered one of those, then you'll get the pattern broken up into little chunks with your Advent calendar. And then there'll also be a final pattern at the end too. So you'll have that in its entirety. But that's it's like a mystery knit along kind of thing. And that has been so fun because I've been working with minis. Minis are so much fun. That's what the Advent calendar is. It's mostly minis, and then each day will come with a clue. So that'll be really fun for anyone who got that calendar. And if you didn't get the calendar, that pattern's going to be coming out probably as soon as I'm able to put it out, like December 26th maybe. And you can use scraps. It takes 25 colors of 20 grams. So you can use minis or you can use scraps. And it's going to be one of the ridge shawls, like my Timothy Ridge and my Pine Grove Ridge, which are knit with scraps. I love that because I always have fingering weight scrap yarn, and using those up it just fills me with joy. I don't like to waste stuff. So, gosh, I feel like I've gone through this really quick. Okay, other stuff coming up this year include, I wanted to add on to my nativity. I have a pattern called the Christmas Nativity. I'll put a picture up because it's packed away with the Christmas stuff, and I didn't do the deep dive in the basement to get it out. But right now I just have Mary, Joseph, and Jesus with a swaddling blanket. Now, my dad did mangers last year. He made wooden mangers, and I sold them on my site, but he has gotten his Etsy site up and running. It is Pesto Woodworking. That's his shop name on Etsy. So if you want to take a look there, I don't know what he has up right now, but he's planning on doing some, and you can follow him on Instagram too. He is so cute. You know, he's like your typical 70-year-old man who doesn't really know how to use Instagram or Etsy, but he's great at woodworking, you know, and that's what you really need. So hopefully he will have mangers up this year also for you to purchase to go with your nativity or a different nativity. I mean, they're just really cute little mangers that you could put any knitted baby Jesus in, probably, you know, depending on how big they are. But anyway, I wanted to add on to that every year. So this year I'm planning on adding an angel, a shepherd, and a sheep, because if there, you know, you can make as many angels, shepherds, and sheep as you want. And then maybe the next year I'll do the wise men, because Epiphany is later. It's January 6th. So I figure the wise men should be last. So this year I'll do that, you know, kind of fill in stuff. And then next year I'll do the wise men. God willing. God willing, the rest of the world doesn't burn down between now and then. But that's the plan. Hopefully at the beginning of Advent, that pattern will come out and you can knit it at your leisure when you want, if you want to. Okay. Oh, I wanted to show you the gusset. Hold on. I'll just cut this out. Hold on. Okay. The shirt that I put on Instagram is in the wash right now because I wore it yesterday. But it has a gusset there's probably about 1.5 inches that's showing, you know, not including the seam allowance, that goes all the way up the side. And then it comes to a point right about here because so let me back up in case you don't know what I'm talking about. I thrifted the cutest turquoise blue button-up shirt. Just loved it. It was an extra small, and I knew that was going to be too small because in some brands I'm a small, some I'm a medium, but I'm almost never an extra small. So I thought I'm going to buy it and I'm just going to see. So I put it on and I was like fat man in a little coat, you know, it was not good. So I'm like, okay, I'm just going to add a gusset to this. So it was too tight in the upper arm and too tight in the middle. So like I said, I added that gusset, but I didn't want this part to be wide. I wanted this part to stay fitted. I've mostly worn it rolled up because it's still summer here. So the gusset comes to a point right about there. I wanted to show that to you, but it's in the wash. Now this one is one that I got too. It's a Calvin Klein, really cute shirt with these little things on the sleeves, and it's stripes, and I just love stripes. So this one is also an extra small, But again, I took a risk and I ended up adding a gusset just in the underarm because the only place it was too small was in the underarm. And it's not perfect, but it works. This is now not too tight in the underarm. So I feel like I might have gotten on YouTube and looked up a video on how to add a gusset in the underarm just to give you more space. It's just so you don't feel like the underarms are tight. And it's just such a quick project. And I even serged it. Like if you look on the inside, I even like serged, it's not really worthy of showing the inside, but I serged around the edges so that it could be washed. Yeah, I've been really happy with it. It was wearable before, but just a little tight. Okay, back again. So I've been thrifting clothes and putting gussets in them as needed. I love that. It's so much fun. It's a very satisfying sewing project, and it's a lot cheaper than buying fabric and making something. That's a very expensive endeavor, and if you mess it up, which I do sometimes, especially if it's a pattern I haven't made before, it's a real bummer. So I don't know, there's something about buying, a $15 pair of jeans and just messing with them that you don't have that pressure of, oh no, what if I mess it up? So I got this pair of ripped jeans. These are 7 for All Mankind. This is the Roxanne jean. I like jeans that have like some spandex in them because then they always fit. So what I did was I wore these yesterday, so they're a little bit bowed out in the knee. What I did was and you don't have to do this, but this is actually 7 for All Mankind fabric that I got from, I can't remember, I've had it a long time, but it's a stretch denim. Any stretch denim would work. But because my jeans are stretch, I had to use stretch for the pocket also, or else it would pucker and it wouldn't look good. So if you're patching jeans that do not have stretch, you can use pretty much any non-stretchy fabric. But if they do have stretch, you're going to want to use something that has stretch. And I just use regular embroidery floss. I just put the piece of denim behind it and then pin it on. And then I just would sit in front of the TV or, in the car waiting for a kid to get out of something and just stitch on these a little bit. And it's kind of like knitting like that. It's very portable. Some are straight lines and some are little plus signs. And I did a couple different colors. And then there's this on this side. This one, you could kind of see the pocket through, so I didn't worry about that one. But see, I'm 42 years old, and a rip at this part of my pants, that ship has sailed, folks. It needs a patch. Now this one's really cute because it has some white and some yellow, and then that one is all yellow. I just kind of did whatever colors I wanted. But really, it has kind of an overall neutral effect. I have pictures of these on Instagram too. But that's been really fun. That's what I've mainly been focusing on because I spent the whole first part of the summer sewing dresses for the summer. And by the end of July, I was so sick of dresses. I just couldn't take it anymore. So I'm like, I needed something different, I just wanted to mix it up. And so I did some thrifting, which has been just really fun, and mending. So I want to show you what I have. Let's start with yarn acquisitions because that's on top. So it's rare that I see stuff on Instagram, yarn on Instagram, and I'm like, click, click, buy. It's rare. Most things I'm like, I like that, but I'm not interested. For some reason, this combination just called out to me. It's a little bright, but I just really like it. This is from Machete Shop. This one is called Alpine Strawberry, and I like them together. This one is called Rainbow Chard and Squash Blossom. And this is in her Dirty DK base, which is 75/25 merino nylon, 245 yards per skein. It took a really long time to get these. My only complaint is that I love them. I think they're wonderful. And I actually got 2 of the yellow because I'm thinking of sweater. But my only complaint is that I ordered them and then they shipped like 2 weeks later. Like it was a really long time. And it took so long that I even messaged her saying, are they coming? Did I not click order? Like, did I not complete my order or something? And she just hadn't made it to the post office yet. So that's my only complaint about Machete Shop. But the yarn is amazing. Just beautiful. Another thing that I ordered from 29 Bridges, I don't think I've shown this yet. Oh, isn't that such a pretty combination? This is Merino DK in the linen colorway, and it's just a grayish, whitish, it's a little bit blowing out, but it's just such a pretty color. And this one is called Dream. And the base of Dream is the linen, and then it has yellow and pink and brown, and it's so beautiful. So I'm imagining something akin to the Benedicta out of this, because that's what I used to make this in the size 2. I'm usually the second size in my patterns. Let's see what happens if I switch them. That's a little bit better. So yeah, some kind of color work sweater with this. 29 Bridges, Merino DK, amazing, amazing. Oh, and this one. Oh, this is from Bigfoot Fibers, who is just the sweetest. Isn't it? See, she's got like a little Sasquatch, and he's got knitting needles and a knitting in a basket. Isn't that so funny? It's hard to see because it's blowing out a little bit. But this is such a beautiful yarn. This is 56% merino, 44% mohair. And it's not that different from this. This is similar, but it has 25% nylon. Totally different yarn. Completely different. This one is hard wearing, would be great for socks. This is going to be a sweater that lasts forever. This one is delicate and special and amazing. The lady behind Bigfoot Fibers is Sheila, and she is an amazing dyer. She and I are cooking something up that I cannot wait to share with you. And when she sent me this base, I was like, this one. It has to be this one. It's so amazing. Like, I just kind of walked around with it like, oh, it's so nice. I literally carried it around the house for like days. It was just like, it's so nice and squishy. So we are cooking something up from scratch. There's going to be kits. It's going to be amazing. I'm very excited about that. It's a slow process. She has, I can't remember if it's 8 kids or 10 kids. I think she has 8 kids, and she homeschools too. So we're busy moms, and you know, these things move at a snail's pace, but it's happening. So anyway, okay, let me show you some fabric acquisitions that I got. This is, it's almost just too bright in here. Yeah, that's better. This is a Nanny Eero double gauze that I got. I think I got this from Stone Mountain Fabrics. They were having a sale. It's gorgeous. I really feel like I need to make some masks out of this, because double gauze is a great mask fabric. If you need to make masks, it's very breathable. It's very soft. This particular one, these flowers they have a bit of a painty feel. So I had originally envisioned this as a garment, but I don't love the painty feel. You know how some t-shirts have that? Like you feel like it's like painted on? This has that. I didn't realize it would be that way, but I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do with this, but it's really pretty. I love the yellow. Looks good with my nails. So I got that this summer. This one, I think this is an Atelier Brunette fabric. I washed it, so it's a little bit frayed on the back end, but this is a super soft rayon, and I bought this with the top in mind. It's very drapey. I love sewing with drapey things. Anything like rayon or even like a polyester that has a little bit of a weight to it. That is really nice. So that's what I'm thinking of for this. Does fabric have to marinate in your house, or yarn? For me, stuff has to marinate. It has to sit on the shelf for 6 months before it tells me what it is. So I bought these a while ago, and I dug them out to show you on this podcast. Oh, I might have gotten these from Stitch Sew Shop. No, that was a different fabric. That's what I made my pouches out of. Never mind, scratch that. These I got from Blackbird Fabrics. And this is like an organic cotton black jersey. It's just plain black jersey fabric. It's really super soft. And I'm thinking of making a Blackwood cardigan out of this because you can't have too many Blackwood cardigans. Oh, I forgot to talk about my Potomac. I got to talk about that too. Jeez, I'm so glad we talked. The Blackwood cardigan and the Potomac cardigan have very similar characteristics. One is a sewing pattern and one is a knitting pattern. But if you like the Blackwood, you will love the Potomac. They're very similar in shape. Now, these are, speaking of lowbrow, these are some fabrics that I got at Walmart. They're not even like the kind that you have cut. Like it came wrapped up. It was like 2 yards for $4. So soft. It is a cotton poly blend, I think. So I'm thinking Blackwood cardigan, totally. Or maybe like a cocoon shaped cardigan. So I got that one and this one. This is $8 worth of fabric, that and this. And it's just a super soft cotton poly, kind of a taupe brown fabric. So you never know. Keep your brow low because you might go into Walmart and be like, what's that? That's only $4. That's awesome. So, yeah. Okay. Oh, one more. This is also a Nanny Eero. And this one I took a chance on. This is one of the ones from Stone Mountain Fabrics. I took a chance on this one because the pattern is very large. And I'm not exactly sure. I think I got a yard of this, yard and a half maybe. Still not sure what this is going to be, but I really like it. I love double gauze. It is so soft, crazy, crazy soft and crazy breathable too. The dress that I have on right now that I showed earlier, if you want to see more detailed pictures of it, I have it on Instagram, but that's double gauze. It doesn't wrinkle. It's often used for baby blankets because it's so breathable and soft. It's just a great fabric. And the Nanny Eero is just amazing. The one in the dress that I'm wearing right now is not Nanny Eero. It's one that I got from the sewing store near my house that went out of business a year or so ago. Okay, I have a few whips. How many whips do I have? I don't know. I don't know how many whips I have. But I think the one that's of greatest interest that I want to show is my 4th faux set. Oh, man. So this, because I needed another one. I mean, who can live with just 3 short-sleeved, color work, bobble crop sweaters? That's ridiculous. Who could do that? Do you hear my stomach rumbling? Sorry. Okay, so, okay, let's see if I can remember the name of these colors. These are 29 Bridges, Merino DK. If you don't have her yarn, you need to get online and order some right now. She also, I was going to say she does a lot of shows, but I think they're all canceled. But she does the Vogue Knitting Live Marketplace also. And I've been on that with her a couple times, and that's been really fun. So this color is called Seal, and this hot pink is called Front Row. She has 3 different pinks, and this is the middle pink, I think. And then this is that Dream again that I showed you already. That color with the pink and the yellow. And I just love this combination. I just think it's so pretty. I added in some short rows on this version in the back of the neck. And if you're interested in doing that, the pattern does not have short rows. I usually don't put them in because I don't want to. Like I don't want to put short rows in my sweater. But some people were asking, like if I wanted to put them in, how would I do it? So you can get on my blog and look there. There's directions for how to do it. Yeah, so these are the colors. There's Seal and Front Row and Dream. So pretty. I love it. And I also wanted to pull it out because I haven't worked on it. Like I started it like 2 months ago and, you know, I've just had other design stuff going on and I haven't worked on it, but I should. Okay. Last order of business before we do the kids segment, which we've already recorded, but I'm going to stick in at the end. I wanted to show you some of my McPurly pouches that are in the shop. It has a really cute progress. It's blowing out a little bit. You can see it better on my website, but it's an enamel white with a gold cross on it. I wish it wasn't so bright, but it's just kind of bright. And this is the watercolor. This is my last one. I only have one of these. Hopefully by the time you, person who wants it, sees this podcast, it's still there. And it has a red zipper, and it's just super pretty. And it's got my new little tag on there, my Knitty McPurly tag. And this can clip on to a bag if you want to, or whatever. So it's got some tissue paper in there, but the lining looks like that. And that's in the shop right now. I also have some of these moon fabric. It's so bright. There we go. With the label. And these ones have a little moon. The charm is a moon. And that can be a progress keeper, or you can just leave it on your pouch as a cute little zipper pull. Oh, and the lining of this coordinates. See, it's matching fabric. And this I got from Stitch Sew Shop, which is a shop in Alexandria, Virginia. It's a fabulous store. It's by Fiberspace, if you're familiar with that area in downtown, Old Town, Alexandria. And I don't even know that they used to be online, but with the pandemic and everything, that's their primary mode of selling their stuff. So this Luna comes in a neutral zipper, and there's a couple different neutral colors to pick from. Or I did some with a bright zipper, which is really fun. I really like the way that those turned out. And there's different labels. Some have a yellow suede. Some have cork. I think that's it. Oh, and oh good, I have one of each. And some have this faux leather on there. But anyway, these McPurly pouches are great for notions and chapstick and, all the stuff that you need to carry around with you all the time. My original prototype one is still in my purse. I carry it all the time. And it always has like my little travel deodorant. And if you're interested in what you can fit in a McPurly pouch, look on my Instagram. I have a pinned story that shows all the stuff. It's like a clown car with all the stuff coming out of it. So I showed you this necklace, the Genevieve necklace, and here it is here. I also have that in silver. Not going to over crinkle you, but that also comes in silver. And I got to show you this. Sorry about the crinkle. I'll do it quick. So I have had rose gold and hexagons on my mind because they're everywhere and I just love them and they're so pretty. So I found these little tins that I customized to say Knitty McPurly, and these stitch markers are some of my most fabulous yet. With everyone who ordered a McPurly pouch, maybe not everyone, because I thought of it a little bit late, but with most people who ordered a McPurly pouch, I included, so it's hard to tell, but these are rose gold hexagons, and they're very hefty. They're just so pretty. So this has, I think, 20 in there. And you can get these on the side if you like blinged out stitch markers. I also have these as earrings. I have rose gold hooks with the rose gold hexagons. Oh, which reminds me, these earrings, aren't these so cute? These are from Mimu Clay Company, which is on Etsy. These are non-knitty ones. This is like a clay circle, and they have a post back, and then that's just like a pretty gold hang down thing. And they were super reasonable. I think I paid $12 for these. And I also got these ones with the knit stitches. Wendy, who I follow on Instagram and who is a wonderful customer of mine, posted a picture of herself wearing these on Instagram, and I was like, what is that? I must have them. So I think she got like the tan or the green or something. I got the black, and my friend said, are those Oreos? I was like, no, but now I want an Oreo. So if you want the knit stitch earrings, Mimu Clay Co. on Etsy has them. They're super cute. Another pair of earrings I super like, I made these a while ago, and I was originally going to put them up in my shop, but I didn't feel like they really photographed all that well. They are black leather, and then they have like a distressed silver leaf. Look how long my arms look. There's like a distressed silver leaf on them, and they don't photograph super well, but they look super good on. I'm not going to take this one off, but get the idea. They just look so good on. I just love them. I wear them a lot. I might even have a few down there. Maybe I'll pop them in the sales section if I think about it, but let me know what you think of those. The last thing I want to show you that is, it's not new in my shop, but they are super popular, and I have them. If you go and look on Instagram and my website, you can see them better, but this is the acorn necklace in silver, and this is it in brass, and it's an acorn that you unscrew the acorn cap, and inside the acorn are all these stitch markers that match the metal of the necklace. It's so cute. It's so fall, and we're coming up on fall. So, for those of you who shop season-based, the acorns are there for you. I just stocked up on a ton of them. So if you're interested, those are in the shop. So I'm going to cut to the kids section now. Here they are. Okay, here I am with the kiddos. I have Gigi and Charlotte. And Gigi wants to show you the project she's working on. Show us, Gigi.
I am working on some baby socks for
hold up. You can talk about it.
For my cousin's baby,
who's due in December. This is actually a pattern that I wrote up a while ago, and I still have not published.
I'm knitting another one. Sorry, wait, which way am I supposed to go?
This is the camera. Oh. There you go.
And I'm knitting it. Sorry, you can't really see it.
This is Little Miss Sunshine in, I'm not sure exactly what base it is, but it's a sock base from 29 Bridges. And this sock, it has garter in the front, and it's just a regular stockinette sock in the back. And this is the newborn size.
So I'm planning on decorating it. I'm not sure yet if I want to do a giraffe because it has the horns, the ears, and some other stuff.
I was told that they're called ossicones. The other day I called them horns, and Gigi was like, Mom, they're ossicones. Anyway,
I don't know if I'm going to do a bird yet or just a smiley face with a little pom-pom on the back. And I'm planning to make a matching hat with it, like with a fur pom-pom.
That's going to be awesome. All right, so Charlotte wants to show, even though you've seen it before, I'll let you do it. Take it away, Charlotte.
Hello, so I'm going to be showing this guy. She has a dress on, and it's beautiful. This dress actually belonged to Charlotte, the pig. I think it was a pig. What was it?
I think it was a dog. That
it
was a store-bought toy, so this dress is a store-bought. You tell it. I won't interrupt again.
Yeah, this guy was a store-bought, and she just got this just her inside.
Don't show the flaws.
And so she's really cute.
Yeah, and what's her name?
Oh, I haven't named her yet.
You've had it for like a year.
I think it's been like a year and a month. But
Let's name her right now. Pick a name, Char.
I think.
Why don't you
Gabriella?
Gabriella.
There it is.
There it is. Her name is Gabriella.
All right, so Gabriella the unicorn. Oh,
Gabriella the unicorn, and so yeah, she's my favorite.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Yes. And so yeah, we're almost done now. Time for the final finish.
Okay, you want to say bye, everybody?
Bye. Everybody.
Okay, knitting fantasies. I don't have any except for one. Andrea Mowry put out a cardigan, and she and her husband both modeled the girl version and the boy version. The girl version is called Spark. Oh, and the boy version is called Spice. And they're awesome. What's funny is when I looked at it, I like to keep a design wall in my office area where if I spot something in popular culture, like in a catalog or a magazine that I like, I'll rip it out and hang it up. And I have one pinned up that is similar to that. Like it's just in the air right now. It's interesting. It's from, I can't remember what catalog. Some catalog I would never order anything from because everything's like $100. But the sweater was super cute. And I'm like, I would knit that sweater. So, but I would totally knit the Spark or the Spice. My husband would never wear that. That's not his style. He's not a sweater guy. But my son would wear it. It probably doesn't come in kid sizes, but it should. So anyway, that's my only knitting fantasy. And I'll just do a quick, so here's what happened. I'm trying to decide how many things I want to talk about. With the Awaken sweater, I didn't show the Potomac. Let's do that first. So the Potomac is a sweater that originally came out in fingering weight, and this is a sock yarn from Haverland. Let's see, it's a long sweater. It has patch pockets with reverse stockinette. This is stockinette, and the sleeves are worked in reverse stockinette, and you work them inside out so that you're knitting them and not purling them. Now, the most noteworthy thing I want to say about this sweater is that this yarn is a merino nylon blend. As a result, I did not wet block it because it's going, it's a group text. We're going to have to hear all of it. Let me see if I can turn off the ringer. There we go. I did not wet block it. I steam blocked it because I didn't want it to grow. So if you're knitting this sweater in something more like the Brooklyn tweed, which this is the Potomac worsted, and it's knit with Brooklyn tweed shelter. And if you use this, go ahead and wet block it because this is not going to grow like something with alpaca or nylon or superwash. Anything like that is going to increase in size when you block it. And I have a note about that in the pattern because I would hate for you to knit a long sleeved fingering weight sweater and then have it be too big in the end. That would be a crying shame. So if you use a sock yarn that's either superwash or nylon or something like that, definitely go with steam blocking first, and you can wet block it later if you want, if you want it to be a little bit bigger, but I don't recommend starting there. This one has been completely wet blocked, and it fits. These both fit perfectly. They fit the same. Yes. Hey, Shar, I'm filming a podcast right now. Can you come back later? So. Okay. So anyway, these have the same fit. One is in fingering weight and one is in worsted weight, depending on how heavy you want your sweater and how long you want to spend knitting. Some people have made theirs super neutral like I did. One lady made it in hot pink, and it's variegated, and it's just, no. It's variegated / tonal. What's funny is she is a dyer, and she didn't like the way the dye looked when she knitted up, so she over-dyed the whole sweater again, and people raved. They were like, oh my gosh, what is that yarn? It's so beautiful. And it's funny because she was like self-conscious about it. She's like, I don't even know if I should post it. I'm like, you should, because it looks so, so good. Also on my Instagram, if you're interested. Okay, back to So Here's What Happened. I wanted to talk to you about my Awaken sweater. So this sweater cannot help but be somewhat controversial because I am using Tuscan Knits yarn in her Polarized Knits colorway. Why? Because I think she is hilarious, and I think we ought to laugh about things. I wrote a blog article about this. If you have any interest in looking at that, I'll sum it up briefly here by saying the movie Life is Beautiful, which is a movie from the 90s. It's in Italian. You have to watch it with subtitles unless you speak Italian. It is a comedy about the Holocaust. It is my favorite movie of all time. It's the best movie ever made. The first time you watch it, you will sob and cry like a baby because it is the best movie ever. My daughters, I showed it to my two oldest daughters who are 14 and 10, and they also sobbed because it's the best movie ever. But it's a comedy about the Holocaust. And the Holocaust is not something to laugh about. It's not. It was horrible. It was horrifying. But they somehow managed to make the best movie ever that's a comedy about the Holocaust. So for me, number one is humor. Number one, let's laugh. Let's find the funny. So that's my main motivation in using Maria's yarn, in addition to the fact that she's just an incredible dyer. She just does such a good job. It's her yarn, the bases that she chooses are great. Her dyeing jobs are great. And she's a wonderful person. She's hilarious. She is like me in that we like to find the funny in the situation. So I originally was going to call this the woke sweater because that's funny. I don't know. It just is. It's poking fun at something that's just a little bit ridiculous. And I got a little bit of blowback for it. And my husband was like, don't poke the bear. Just don't poke it. People like not talking about politics. And that's kind of my thing, is I don't talk about it, but I still want to. Like, it's hard for me not to talk about it. So anyway, I decided to call this sweater. It was actually Maria's idea. We kind of had a little bit of back and forth about what to call it, but it was her idea to call it Awaken, because it's the same, but it doesn't poke the bear. So this sweater is beautiful. Like, I look at it in the shot and I'm like, it's just such a pretty sweater. So I don't want to alienate anyone or make anyone feel weird. You can use whatever yarn you want. You can just enjoy laughing along with the ridiculous like Maria and I do, and you can knit a beautiful sweater. You don't need to feel weird about it. So anyway, that's that. This is the Awaken sweater. It is, my tech editor couldn't get to it until mid-September, so I had hoped to have it published by the end of September, but it's probably going to be more like the end of October. But that's that. We can all stress knit this for the election. It'll be out in time for that. If you are an American, although I kind of feel like the whole world is feeling along with us during this election. Anyway, just one little quick tidbit. If you don't want to talk about politics, then feel free to turn it off right now. That's totally fine. And this isn't even really about politics, but there was a pattern on Ravelry. I'm not sure how long it's been there, but I was alerted to its presence yesterday, called All Cops Are Bastards. And it's a hat and it says ACAB. And I was talking to my daughter this morning. I straighten her hair before school, and so we talk, and I'm straightening her hair. And I was telling her about this pattern, and she goes, "Oh, ACAB, I've heard of that. All cops are brave." And I was like, yes, they are. All cops are brave. So I will leave you with that thought. And I want you to please enjoy your knitting. Any stress that you might have, take it out on the needles. During the 2016 election, the thing that I knit, I can't even remember what it was, but it has this super tight spot in it because I was knitting so tight. I don't know when I'll podcast again. I have started calling myself a fair weather podcaster because I just podcast whenever I can. But hopefully we'll see each other again soon. This has been great. I really do miss you guys, and I really do feel like we connect when I'm podcasting, even though it's just me and my camera. Oh gosh, here's another funny thing that happened. So when this is a great story. I can't believe I almost forgot to tell it. So the German-speaking podcaster who organized the knit-along for the Faux set, this one and this one, they wanted to do a group cast-on Instagram live. And they wanted me to join in just for a little bit because it's in German. And even though I took a few years of German in college, it's nicht gut, nicht gut. So I was like, all right, I am going to arrive for these German knitters. Like, I really wanted to do a good job. So I had the pattern translated into German. It's also been translated into French, if you're interested. The Faux set is in German and French. And the Benedicta is also in German too, if you're interested. I had it translated into German. I wrote this introduction that I could read in German on this Instagram live thing. And I had Google Translate it, but then I had my German friend check it for me because Google Translate, you can't always trust it. It's not always right. So I'm sitting here. I've got my camera and I'm trying to join in with their live call. And I mean, I've never done this before. I don't know how it works. I'm using my phone. I'm trying to get it to join in. Now, please understand, This that you see right here is the only tidy part of my room. The rest is a disaster of lights and stuff, and it's just messy because you don't see it. So I read my thing in German, and they laughed so hard. And they were all saying how cute it was and how I really tried. It was a humility moment, but I really was not embarrassed because I wanted them to know that I tried to speak their language, and I tried to, arrive there for them. And I think they got that. But they were so sweet. They were really just the sweetest. And then at the end, somehow my camera flips around and shows the other side of my room. My bra is laying on the floor, and like I'm seeing it happen, and they're getting it like a few seconds later, and I'm just like, and then I see them see it, and then they start laughing, and I'm like, oh. So it was a good lesson in humility. I'm so glad that I didn't forget to tell you that story because it was so funny. It was hilarious. And luckily, I don't take myself very seriously, so that's all fine. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me. This has been so great. Please leave a comment. Tell me what you liked. Tell me what you didn't like. Please be kind and enjoy your knitting. Bye, knitters. Okay, this is our test.
So, hello guys. We're here with Mama Swine, and here's my Uni.
Hi, knitters. So glad to be here. That's so dorky. Oh my gosh. Let's try it again.